Hey guys, Xaoslegend. So I just woke up and there's 5 new spoilers today. Some interesting stuff. Here we have Harabaz Druid. These are all in the visual spoiler on Wizard of the Coast's website. 3 of them anyway. 2 aren't. Anyway, this is Harabaz Druid. It's a colorless and a green for a human druid ally. It's a 0/1 and taps to add X of any one color to your mana pool, where X is the number of allies you control. It's interesting because it's an ally that actually cares about the number of allies in play, but not just when it comes into play. So that's nice. It's definitely an enabler for some of the more expensive allies and whatnot. So it's interesting. It makes the deck, maybe someone could put something together eventually. It's a nice tool to maybe eventually make it playable. Right now it still won't be, but cool card, nice fun card for that limited applicability. Anyway, very cool artwork. Wayne Reynolds. Wayne Reynolds, the artist of Harabaz Druid, incidentally also does artwork for Dungeons and Dragons. And as I've said, allies are clearly like a cross-theme influence in Magic. So Wizards of the Coast owns D&D. They own Magic the Gathering, and so they're bringing some of their writers and their artists from the other side to Magic, and probably vice versa. Anyway, so very cool artwork, good design. I have no problems with it. Okay, next one is Stone Idol Trap, which I think could have been an uncommon. At least it would have been interesting and limited. If not a bit of a blowout, actually. So maybe it's good at rare. It's 5 and a red, so 6 mana. It's a trap, instant trap. Costs 1 colorless less to cast for each attacking creature. You put a 6/12 colorless construct artifact creature token with trample onto the battlefield, and you exile it at the beginning of your next end step. So if they attack with a few guys, like let's say 3, you pay the Stone Idol Trap for 3, you kill one of their guys, and then you get to attack them back with a ball lightning that can't be first striked away, and then your guy dies. So, okay, it's fine. I don't see huge constructed applicability. You can always play it during your opponent's end step, though. So it actually could be an interesting component of counterburn, as we've talked about with the draw 3 card instant card and some other stuff, right? So, and the molten, what's that? Comet Storm or whatever it's called. So it's interesting. Probably won't get constructed play, or not very much, but I could see it happening. It's not a bad card. It's definitely interesting. It's an interesting design space. So artwork on it is fairly cool. The big stone idol like falling on these guys, I guess. I don't know if that looks like a 6/12 though to me. Anyway. Next one is Tide Force Elemental. It's an uncommon. What was the first one? Rare, right? Yeah. Harabaz Druid's rare. Tide Force Elemental, 2 and a blue. For a 2/1 elemental. Pay a blue and you can tap or untap another target creature, so he's a puppeteer, right? Landfall, whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you can untap him. So, pretty good. He taps on attack and block, so that's pretty sick. This guy's only has the 1 toughness. He's right next to Spark Mage, incidentally, who owns him, and who he works very well with, right? Put him out with a fetch land and can do some really good damage. Somebody mentioned that with the Knight of the Reliquary and Lotus Cobra out, this guy could produce infinite mana. So every time the land enters the battlefield from Lotus Cobra, you get blue, and then you just keep untapping Knight. You get your whole land out, or your whole deck out, and then presumably you have a ton of mana, and then you give Knight of the Reliquary trample or something, then you just win. 3-card combos don't tend to make constructed very much, though. So I doubt this thing will get constructed unless a 2-card combo comes out with it that I'm not thinking about. Definitely a cool card. I was thinking the Spark Mage would have been much cooler if it had had landfall. Make it like 1 red, give it the haste, but have it come into play tapped, and have it say like does not untap during your untap step, and then landfall untap it. You know, that at least would have been pretty interesting. And then your fetch lands would have been shocks with him out. Anyway, then and then maybe you'd have a chance of being constructed playable. But whatever. Tide Force Elemental. The artwork is pretty terrible. Yeah. Donato Guy and Cola. They've been keeping him around. Actually, Donato does some good artwork, but he also does some really bad artwork. Anyway, this is an example of the bad artwork. Sorry, Donato. Do a better job next time, and I won't have to criticize you. So, this guy will get picked right after removal in Limited, and he's just amazing. It's basically just, he's probably better than the Tapper in 10th edition. What's his name? Anyway, the white guy.